So good morning once again. Before we proceed further, I had shared one assignment yesterday with you. Okay, so let us discuss that assignment quickly. First of all, just to check whether you have understood the things till now or not. Okay, yes. So first question was, first one, the small one, objective type questions. First question was, in which year a famine hit Bengal? Yes, Jay Gupta.
In 1770.
Yes, the correct answer is in 1772. So in 1772, a famine hit Bengal. Second question, who was the Governor General of India when the permanent settlement was introduced? Sahaj,
Lord Charles Cornwallis was the Governor General of India when the famine
yes,
hit Bengal.
very good. Lord Charles Cornwallis. Lord Cornwallis also, that is fine. Charles Cornwallis, if you write, that is also fine. Okay, Lord Cornwallis or Charles Cornwallis. Okay. Third question was, who were recognized as zamindars? Very simple. Ankit, who were
Rajas and Talukidars
Raja,
were
Taluki,
recognized as
Taluki,
Jamindars.
Taluki, Talukidars? Is it Talukidars or Talukdars? Rajas or Talukdars, not Talukidars. Okay. Then next question, who devised the Mahalwadi system and when? Paramjeet. Yes, Paramjeet.
Ma'am, Holt Mackenzie in 1822.
Very good. Holt Mackenzie in 1822 devised the Mahalwadi system. Last one, who were known as Riots? Very simple, Janat.
Cultivators.
Yes, cultivators or the small farmers, you can say. Okay. The long questions quickly. Describe the main features of permanent settlement. 3 to 5 points. Nishka.
The permanent settlement was introduced in 1793. By the terms of this settlement, the Raja and Talukdars were recognized as zamindars. They were asked to collect rent from the peasants and pay revenue to the company. The amount was fixed permanently.
Yes. Okay, so yes. Yes, permanent settlement main features were, these are the features. So I will share these hints with you today. Okay, so that you can cross check your answers and then you can correct it. So Rajas and Talukdars were known as zamindars. Revenue amount was fixed permanently and it was not to be increased in future. Zamindars were in charge of collecting the revenue. Company believed that as the revenue is fixed, zamindars would benefit by investing in improvement of agriculture, and the revenue was very high, and due to its non-payment, many zamindars lost their zamindari. So 5 points if you want to make, so you can add like this. Second question is, how was the Mahalwadi system different from the permanent system? Anyone? Where are the participants?
मैम
Yes, Mahip.
मैम ये कैसे बोलूं नॉर्मल मैम दोनों साइड से बोल ली जाऊं
Normally you tell as you have written or as you have understood. Quickly, be quick. We have to cover the chapter. Yes, speak up. What happened? Mahip is gone quiet. Okay. Who else can? Only 4 raised hands are there. What about others? Mahib, what happened? Your voice is not audible. Okay, Jannat, you speak. It is there in front of you. Answer is there in front of you. You can read out.
permanent settlement. Permanent settlement was introduced in 1793.
Yes.
Rajas and talukdars were made zamindars and were asked to collect revenue from the peasants. It was introduced in Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha. Zamindars were the owner of the land and pay the revenue to the company officers. Mehelwadi system. The revenue was fixed in Mehelwadi system. Mehelwadi system was introduced in
Mehelwadi system में revenue
1822.
was fixed. Revenue
Uh,
was not
मैम
fixed.
मैंने पहले वाला का एक पॉइंट बोला था, मैं परमानेंट सेटलमेंट का बोला था, वो मिस हो गया था इसलिए.
Okay, fine. In Mehelwadi system.
Mehelwadi system was introduced in 1822. The
Yes,
revenue
here
was
it is
not
wrong
fixed.
in this.
The head
This answer key, it is written wrong here. It is 1822. I will correct it and then I will share. Yes.
the village headmen collect the revenue. The field was supervised and the revenue was fixed. It was introduced in the northwestern provinces of the Bengal presidency.
Yes. Okay, so these are the points of differences between the permanent settlement and Mehelwadi system. Introduction, it was in 1793, Mehelwadi was in 1822. Permanent system mein revenue was fixed. Mehelwadi system, revenue of each plot was added to the total revenue of the village. Okay, that means it was not fixed and it was to be revised periodically. Permanent system mein zamindars collected the revenue. Mehelwadi system, village headmen collected the revenue. Permanent system was introduced in Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha, and Mehelwadi system was introduced in northern Punjab, okay, or we can say northwestern regions. Then permanent system, zamindars were the owners of the land, but in Mehelwadi system, peasants were the owners of the land. Okay. So any other point that you can add which you have understood? Then third question is, give two problems which arose with the new Munro system of the fixing revenue. So two problems of Munro
Ma'am.
system. Who can? Diksha? Yes, Diksha.
The two
Yes.
problems which arose with the new Monroe system of fixing revenue were the revenue demand was fixed too high that couldn't be met by the peasants. Peasants being unable to pay the rent fled the countryside and the villages became deserted
Very
in
good.
many regions.
Yes. So revenue fixed was very high. Peasants were unable to pay and they deserted the countryside. So these were the problems with the Munro system. Then last is describe the Munro system in the form of flow chart. So this is how I have made it. I hope you all of have made it, or if not, you can take the idea from this. Okay. So it was Mehelwadi system developed by Holt Mackenzie in 1822, introduced in northern parts of India. Fields were measured. Revenue if each plot added up to collective revenue of village. Revenue was revised periodically, and village headmen collected the revenue. Village was called as Mahal. So these are the points of the Mehelwadi system. All these points you have to write in the form of flowchart like this. Okay, so this is how I have done. So I will share this answer with you. You can take the hints. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
मैम मैं डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था, मैं क्वेश्चन बोलूं?
But we have discussed now. I will share the answer key today. You can take the hints. I will share the
मैम
hints.
मैंने लिखे हैं आंसर्स, मैम सच्ची में लिखे हैं
Oh,
मैंने.
I know. I trust you. Why are you worrying? I trust you. It's okay. I thought that you might be facing some network issue. It's okay. We have discussed. Now come to the chapter. So because you have to cover the chapter, syllabus is always the problem with social science, you know. Okay. Still so many chapters are to be done. So please, yes, on page number where we left yesterday, demand for Indian indigo, I told you. Okay. So we were doing indigo production.
How was indigo?
Yes, so I was telling about indigo production. That means the Britishers, they wanted which crops they wanted. So they wanted the people to grow those crops only. Okay, so I told you that why this demand for Indian indigo, because there was European planters were growing woad plants, but that was that gives very pale and dull blue color. So this indigo gives a very blue rich color, so that's why the cloth dyers in Europe, they prefer to use indigo. So earlier there was ban on indigo, but later on it was released, and then the other countries, in the other countries, the production of the indigo collapsed due to some reasons. So I told you the slave trade was there, and people used to rebel and protest, and all those things happen. So only India was left where they could have the hope of getting the indigo. Okay, so that's why they turned to India. So the next topic is Britain turns to India for indigo production. So how did they convince Indian people to grow their crops and all that? So I think this also I told you. Yes, how was indigo cultivated? So I told you that there are two systems by which indigo was cultivated: Nij system and the Ryoti system. Okay, so from the word Nij, both are Hindi words. Nij means Niji, private, your own personal. Means when you are the owner of the land, you have your own land and you will grow your indigo on that. So what was the Nij system? We have to understand both the systems. So there were two main systems of indigo cultivation, Nij and Ryoti. So within the system of niche cultivation, underline this line, that what was niche cultivation. So niche cultivation में क्या था? Within the system of niche cultivation, the planter produced indigo in lands that he directly controlled. Means the lands which were directly under their control. The planters, who are the planters? The farmers, okay, who cultivated indigo. So their own lands, if they used to grow indigo in lands that they directly controlled, he either bought the land or rented it from other zamindars and produced indigo by directly employing hired laborers. Okay, so in this, who is he? Planter. Planter means who want to grow indigo. ठीक है, जिसको इंडिगो प्रोड्यूस करना है, या तो वो अपना लैंड खरीदेगा या फिर वो रेंट पे ले लेता था, एंड देन ही यूज्ड टू ग्रो इंडिगो ऑन दैट, एंड ही यूज्ड टू हायर लेबरर्स for the help and for the cultivation. So that was the Nij system. Nij means the planters who wants to grow indigo, either they used to buy the land or they used to rent the land from someone to grow indigo, and then he used to produce indigo by directly employing hired laborers. So this was the Nij system. Okay, niche means the private, the planters, they will produce on their own. Okay, the problem with niche cultivation. Now what was the problem with niche cultivation? The planters found it difficult to expand the area under niche cultivation because they needed more fertile soil. Indigo needed fertile soil, and they needed more area, so they wanted to expand the area to have more production of indigo. उनको ज़्यादा production चाहिए थी indigo, for that they need to expand the area. So that was a problem कि वो ज़्यादा area कहाँ से लेके आएंगे. Indigo could be cultivated only on fertile lands, and these were all already densely populated. So already the small farmers, they were having their land. So what they used to do, they used to snatch the lands from them. So planters, mostly Britishers थे, I told you. So many people came from Europe, अपने job छोड़ के आ गए because they felt that indigo has a huge profit here in India. So mostly these planters were Britishers, so they used to snatch away the lands from Indian people. Okay, and these were all already densely populated. Only small plots scattered over the landscape could be acquired. So that was the problem. Means they wanted to expand the area, but they couldn't do it because the fertile lands were already densely populated. The people, the Indians, they were already growing something on that. Planters needed large areas in compact blocks to cultivate indigo in plantations. Where could they get such land from? So that was the problem, that where could they get such land from? Then they attempted to lease in the land around the indigo factory. So where this indigo factory was there, so around that, the surrounding areas, they used to seize that land and evict the peasants from that area. So जो peasants थे, जो small farmers थे, उनको धक्के से forcefully pressurize करके उनको उनके land से निकाल देते थे, and they used to take over those lands which were surrounding the indigo factory. But this always led to conflicts and tensions. So you know that if you will snatch the land from someone, those whom that land belongs to, so obviously there will be conflicts, there will be fights and tensions. Nor was labor easy to mobilize, because to have huge cultivation, more production of indigo, you need to have more labor. So that time there was a conflict that when there was the harvesting season of indigo, that time the labor was already busy with the rice plantation. So that also created conflict. A large plantation required a vast number of hands to operate, so they needed more labor, and labor was needed precisely at a time when peasants were usually busy with their rice cultivation. So that time was clashing, that they wanted the labor at that time when they were busy with the rice cultivation. So niche cultivation on a large scale also required many plows and blocks. So that was also the issue. Okay, so these were the problems which we are discussing. That first they wanted to expand the area because indigo needed fertile lands, and then they needed more labor also. And the time of the labor was clashing because that time they were already busy with rice cultivation. And third problem was that for this niche cultivation on a large scale also required many plows and bullocks. For farming, plows are what? Plows are the tools which are used for farming, and bullocks is also which the two oxens and that they means these are all the tools and the vehicles used for plowing. So 1 bighha of indigo cultivation required 2 plows. 1 bighha means bighha is what? A bighha is a unit of measurement of land. It is a uh, uh, area of land. Okay, some measurement is there. I don't know how much exactly in maths 1 bighha is. So 1 bighha of indigo cultivation required 2 plows. This meant that a planter with 1000 bighas would need 2000 plows. ठीक है, जिसका 1000 bighas है जिसके पास, उसको कितने plows चाहिए? 2000 plows चाहिए. Now investing on purchase and maintenance of plows was a big problem. That was also a problem. Nor could supplies be easily got from the peasants, since their plows and bullocks were busy on their rice fields. कि वो peasants से भी नहीं ले सकते थे because उनके अपने rice cultivation था, उनको they wanted to do that again exactly at the time that the indigo planters needed them. So this was the third problem with niche cultivation. First was expansion of the area was a problem. They needed more land. Second was more labor was required, and that too at the time of rice cultivation. Third, they needed more plows and bullocks. That also they couldn't hire from the peasants because they also required at the same time for their rice cultivation. So till the late 19th century, planters were therefore reluctant to expand the area under niche cultivation. Okay, so because all these problems came, उसकी वजह से उन्होंने means they were not willing to expand the area. Less than 25% of the land producing indigo was under this system. So 25% of the land was under the niche cultivation. The rest was under an alternative mode of cultivation, that was the second method of indigo production, the Rayoti system. ठीक है, 25% of the land was under niche system. Because of these problems, these all problems were there, so that's why the rest of the land was under the Rayoti system. Clear now? Niche system में क्या था and what were the problems with the niche system? Now see, Rayoti system. Rayoti system was more cruel method, you can say, because in this the agreement was done. उनको peasants को farmers के साथ एक contract sign किया जाता था कि आपको इतना you take the loan from us, you take the money from us, and then you have to produce indigo for us. कि हमारे लिए indigo उगाओ, or then you have to give it to us. So that was you can say more cruel method. Under the Rayoti system, the planters forced the ryots to sign a contract. ठीक है, जो planters थे, जो Britishers थे, planters were the British people because they wanted the indigo. So they forced the ryots. Ryots means the farmers to sign a contract. उनके साथ contract sign करते थे, an agreement that is called satta. Okay. At times they pressurized the village headman to sign the contract on behalf of the ryots. Means village headman के साथ contract sign कर लेते without the knowledge of ryots, because ryots were under the village headman. So village headman and the planters उनके साथ sign contract deal कर लेते थे without the knowledge of ryots. So then those who signed the contract got cash advances from the planters at low rates of interest to produce indigo. So indigo के लिए the money which they wanted, so planters were giving them loans at low rate of interest. ठीक है, उनको loans देते थे, but the loan committed the riot to cultivating indigo on at least 25% of the area under his holding. So ये जो लोन देते थे उनको, द लोन विच वर गिवन टू द रियॉट्स बाय द प्लांटर्स, उसमें कमिटमेंट होती थी कि दैट दे विल ग्रो इंडिगो ऑन 25% ऑफ द लैंड अंडर देयर होल्डिंग्स, कि जितना उनके पास लैंड है उसमें से 25% पर वो इंडिगो प्रोडक्शन करेंगे, दैट वाज फॉर द प्लांटर्स. The planters provided the seeds भी planters देते थे, and drill machines भी देते थे, while the cultivators prepared the soil. So cultivators, riots, farmers, वो soil prepare करते थे, sowed the seed and they looked after the crop. So this was the rioti system. When the crop was delivered, now on the next page, on page 35, when the crop was delivered to the planter after the harvest, a new loan was given to the riot. Means they were, you can say they were captured in the cycle of the loans, कि उनको freedom नहीं मिलता था. Riots को एक loan, one loan was given to them, and then they used to produce indigo produce करके planters को दे दिया, and then again the next cycle of loans started. So they were captured in the cycle of loans. They were frustrated. They were not happy with that. Why were they not happy with that? That also has a reason. So when the crop was delivered to the planter after the harvest, a new loan was given to the riot, and the cycle started all over again. कि ऐसे ही चलता रहता था उनका, कि एक प्रोडक्शन दे दी, then again लोन ले लिया, लोन उन्होंने दे दिया. Peasants who were initially tempted by the loans, कि जो farmers को पहले लगता था, पहले वो attract हो गए थे कि ठीक है हमें लोन मिल रहा है, वो भी low rate of interest पे मिल रहा है, so that is good for us. Peasants who were initially tempted means attracted by the loans, soon realized how harsh the system was. उनको बाद में पता लगा कि ये सिस्टम तो बहुत means it is very harsh system, it is very cruel to us. The price they got, because why was that system harsh? The price they got for the indigo they produced was very low. कि उन्होंने एक तो मेहनत की, उन्होंने इंडिगो भी उगाया, ठीक है, उन्होंने लोन भी लिया जो उनको वापस भी करना है, and then the indigo which they produced and when they gave back to the planters, उसके लिए उनको बहुत कम प्राइस मिलता था. And you know that the indigo rates were very high, it was in too much in demand, but they were not getting the fair price for their indigo production, and the cycle of loans never ended. Okay, so that's why the system was very harsh, which they understood in the later stages. Initially, they were attracted by the loans, but then they understood, they realized that this system is not in favor of them because they were not getting what they deserved. So there were other problems too. एक तो ये problem होगी कि cycle of loan चलता था and they were not getting the fair price for their indigo production. And other problems क्या थी? The planters usually insisted that indigo be cultivated on the best soils in which peasants prefer to cultivate rice. कि उनको ये बोला जाता था कि इंडिगो बेस्ट, जो आपकी जो बेस्ट सॉइल है, जो आपके पास बेस्ट लैंड है, you have to produce indigo on that land. So that was also you can say what was that? It was harsh with them that they had to use their best land which they wanted to use for cultivating rice. Okay, indigo moreover, one more problem was there with indigo plant. Indigo moreover had deep roots. कि indigo जो plant होता है उसकी roots जो होती हैं that go deep into the soil and it exhausted the soil rapidly. So it goes deep into the soil and that exhausts the soil. After an indigo harvest, the land could not be sown with rice. So that was the problem with indigo plant कि एक बार वहाँ पे आप indigo उगा लोगे, so then next time you cannot cultivate rice over there. So that land is not fit for rice cultivation then. So these were all the problems with the indigo production. Two methods you understood, niche system and the rioti system. Understood or not? Any problem in these two systems? Tell, because then the last topic is there. Because people were now frustrated, so now they wanted to protest. They wanted to rebel now. Enough is enough, because you know there is a limit of everything. So last is the protest that was known as Blue Rebellion. Okay, blue. Why blue? Because of the indigo, color of the indigo. Any problem in निज and Rayoti system? नेट सिस्टम वेयर प्लांटर्स किसी को नहीं बोलते थे, प्लांटर्स खुद लैंड अपना लेते थे, या तो रेंट पे ले लेते थे या फिर उस पे इंडिगो प्रोड्यूस करते थे. उसकी भी प्रॉब्लम थी दैट दे वांटेड टू एक्सपैंड मोर एरिया एंड मोर लेबर वाज रिक्वायर्ड एंड what was there? Yes, they wanted more plows and bullocks, so that was also the problem. Rayoti system क्या था? Rayoti system में the planters they used to sign the contract with the village headman without the knowledge of ryots. Okay, so they used to give them loans, उनको loans देते थे, seeds भी देते थे, drills भी देते थे, and then the ryots they used to sow them, prepare the soil and cultivate indigo for them. But when the time of the harvest comes, they did not give them the fair price. Planters जो थे वो उनको fair price नहीं देते थे, so that was the loss with them. And there were other problems with indigo production that first of all the price was very low which they used to get, and cycle of loans never ended, and they wanted the planters, they wanted the peasants to grow the indigo on best soils, and lastly that the roots of the indigo goes deep into the soil and they exhaust the soil that was not fit for the rice cultivation. So these were the methods of rice indigo cultivation. Clear? Now see the last topic, blue rebellion. I told you that there is a limit of everything. कि you just imagine that someone, you feel irritated ना, कोई हमको आके कोई dominate करता है, कोई बाहर से आके, you feel irritated that why are you dominating, who are you? So that time you feel the situation that Indians, how frustrated the people were, how helpless the people were, they couldn't do anything. But only thing which was lacking in them was unity. So if they were united that time, they could have vanished the Britishers very easily. But there were illiteracy in India that time because people were not so educated, and these Britishers were very well educated and they came from the high status and the nice background they came from. So they had very clever policies in their mind. So that's why how they were able to dominate Indians very easily. So but then slowly these Indians also understood that we have to be united if we want to throw them out of the country. Okay, so then these small protests used to take place when the people were not happy with the Britishers. They they imposed their harsh methods on them. So this blue rebellion was also a result of this harsh methods of indigo production on them. The Blue Rebellion and after, what happened then? In March 1859, thousands of riots. Understand now, this is very interesting. Blue Rebellion. Thousands of riots means farmers in Bengal refused to grow indigo. अब जाओ कर लो जो करना है, हमने नहीं indigo उगाना अब. Okay, so now they were straight. Okay, you do what you want. We are not growing indigo. So they started protesting. Thousands of Indian farmers, I'm saying, Indian farmers in Bengal refused to grow indigo as the rebellion spread. कि जैसे ये rebellion spread होती गई, riots refused to pay rents to the planters. उन्होंने rents pay भी करना उनको refuse कर दिया. We will not pay rent to you, and they attacked the indigo factories armed with swords and spears, bows and arrows. कि इंडिगो की फैक्ट्रीज जो थी उन पे जाके अटैक कर दिया रियोट्स ने, ठीक है, इंडियन फार्मर्स ने. Whatever they had with, जो उनके पास तलवारें, चाकू, बो, एरोस जो भी था. Women turned up. Even the women were not, you can say, took the back seat. They also came in the front, at the front. They turned up, and what did they bring? Just see. Women turned up to fight with pots, pans and kitchen implements. वो भी अपने बेलन बुलन लेके, अपने pans लेके, सब लेके और निकल पड़ी बाहर. वो भी they also came and they protested. So they also supported men in this rebellion. They turned up to fight with pots, pans and kitchen implements. Those who worked for the planters, कि जो planters के लिए काम करते थे, जो Britishers के लिए काम करते थे, they were socially boycotted. उनको boycott कर दिया, उनको बुलाना बंद कर दिया. And the Gomasthas, underline this word, Gomasthas. Who were Gomasthas? Gomasthas were the agents of the planters. कि प्लांटर्स के एजेंट्स होते थे जो मैसेज इधर उधर भेजते थे, कई बार विलेज हेडमैन को या रियोती को अगर कोई मैसेज देना है, तो सो दीज गोमस्थास यूज्ड टू गो देयर. So गोमस्थास वर द एजेंट्स ऑफ प्लांटर्स. इनको पकड़ के इंडियंस ने इतना धोया उस टाइम पे, so that was also very fun. So who came to collect? These were the agents of the planters who came to collect rent were beaten up. वो रेंट लेने आते थे रियाद से, उनको पकड़ के अच्छे से उन्होंने धो डाला इंडियंस ने. इनफ इज इनफ ना, हाउ मच, कितना सर पे बैठोगे. So रियाद swore. So Riots ने कसम खा ली that they would no longer take advances to sow indigo nor be bullied by the planters, Lathials. Okay, the lathi wielding strong men maintained by the planters. कि देखो मारपीट के लिए भी उनको मीन्स अगर वो बात से नहीं, कन्वर्सेशन से नहीं मानते थे इंडियन फार्मर्स, तो प्लांटर्स ने लठियल्स भी रखे थे. लठियल्स मीन्स द लाठी वेल्डिंग स्ट्रॉन्ग मैन, की लाठी वाले स्ट्रॉन्ग मैन रखे होते थे कि प्लांटर्स ने अपनी प्रोटेक्शन के लिए. ओके ओके, let me just, yes, so these Lathials, they were also now they all were boycotted by the Indian planters. उन्होंने कसम खा ली रियाट्स ने कि नहीं, अब हम इनको ना एडवांस लेंगे, इनसे लोन्स भी नहीं लेंगे, and we were not be bullied by the planters. Bullied, you know what is bullied? बुलिड मीन्स गाली गलोच करना, उनको तंग करना. सो बहुत ज्यादा तंग करते थे ये गोमस्थास और जो लठियल्स थे, जो प्लांटर्स के असिस्टेंट हेल्पर्स होते थे. सो दे नाउ मीन्स दे वर फ्रस्ट्रेटेड नाउ, सो दे प्रोटेस्टेड. ओके, व्हाई डिड द इंडिगो पीजेंट्स डिसाइड दे वुड नो लॉन्गर रिमेन साइलेंट? ओके, अब क्यों ऐसा हुआ? मीन्स एवरीथिंग वाज गोइंग फाइन, कि उनके पास इतनी पावर कहाँ से आ गई, एकदम से वो प्रोटेस्ट करने लगे. सो व्हाट गेव देम द पावर टू रिबेल? Clearly the indigo system. So underline this line, that why were they, you can say, from where did they get the power, or why they started suddenly protesting against the planters? Underline this line. Clearly the indigo system was intensely oppressive. बहुत ज्यादा oppressive था. Oppressive means not in favor of them, means complete favor in the Britishers side. Only their favor was there, only their benefit was there in this indigo production. Nothing Indians were getting. So, but those who are oppressed do not always rise up in rebellion. They do so only at times. So people were that time, you know, कि ठीक है जैसा चलता है चलने दो, because they feel that they are more powerful. Britishers were more powerful, but it was not like that. So sometimes they showed unity and they came up together, but it was not always. Okay, very less times were there when the Indian people were united and they protested against them. So in 1859, the Indigo Riots felt that they had the support of the local zamindars and village headmen in their rebellion against the planters. So उनको सपोर्ट कहाँ से मिली? जो रियाट्स थे उनको सपोर्ट किया जमींदार्स ने और विलेज हेडमैन ने, because they were also pressurized. उनको रियाट्स का प्रोडक्शन नहीं होता था, because ultimately the village headman had to pay the revenue to the company. अगर रियातीज ने प्रोडक्शन नहीं अच्छी हुई है, they are not able to produce that much, so where would the village headman pay to the company? So they had to pay from their own pocket. So that's why they were also not happy with the system, and they encouraged the Riyatis to protest, and they also supported them. So local zamindars, village headmen, in their rebellion against the planters. In many villages, headmen who had been forced to sign indigo contracts mobilized the indigo peasants and fought pitched battles with the Lathials. Because village headmen के साथ contract sign करते थे, so and these contracts were signed forcefully, means धक्के से उनसे contract sign करवाते थे. So then that's why these village headmen supported the riots, because they were also not happy with the system. In other places, even the zamindars went around villages urging the riots to resist the planters. So who, from where did they get the power? Power उनको आई zamindars or these headmen. So these headmen, they urged the riots. उन्होंने trigger किया riots को that you resist the planters. उनको resist कर दो, that we will not grow. These zamindars were unhappy with the increasing power of the planters and angry at being forced by the planters to give them land on long leases. इतनी ज़्यादा लंबे पे means उनको lease पे means something to give on a long bees and उस पे एक वो bonding हो जाती थी, means they used to sign that bond ki for these many years that you will grow indigo for us. Okay, so these were the reasons that from where did they get power and what encouraged them. Clear? So then what happened, that we will discuss tomorrow. Only little is left, and one topic of this, how was indigo produced, the process of indigo production is also we have to do. Okay, so tomorrow I think we will complete the chapter. And one more assignment is to be shared, that I will share after completing. So please, by the time fill in the blanks are there, you can try them out. Okay, back questions we have done third, fourth and fifth. Third, fourth, fifth was covered in the yesterday's assignment, and only 2 more questions are left. That we will do after the chapter completion.